Hey, favored ones, welcome to another collective reading. Come on in and take a seat at the round table. There is a coin in the corner where the wishing well is if you care to toss in a few. For any of those who are returning, thank you for your love and support. And for any of those who are new, welcome to our round table here with the favored ones. I appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, before we get started, for anyone who is new, I'm Kymmy. I'll be your reader, and we like to do something over here in our corner called Welcoming Utopia or Welcoming in Utopia, whichever way you want to call, whichever one you want to call it is okay. And it's where we just take a moment and really get in the frequency of relief, inclusion, how we would feel in the moment if we were in our utopia this very second, and we bring that energy in order to raise our vibration before heading into the message. So I did have a few downloads that I wrote down here, and then today we will be doing a Rhapsodomancy reading, which is one of my favorites. What we do is Rhapsodomancy is a poem divination that ancient Greek muses used. So I will be using my own poetry that I have written, and I will be using calculator, it is called calculator.net. That it will be a dice roller type simulator in order to choose which one that I will be receiving messages and translating energy for. So today I have downloads of Marching in Step. So like it brought to mind marching bands. Marching could also be something that's going to happen for you in March, is where you're going to be stepping into your keeping in step with yourself. You're going to be falling into step with yourself. This could be happening around March. If you're seeing this when I'm posting the video in February, it's timeless reading, so you could be seeing it at any time. It could just be in the next coming month. I feel, since the energy is what we have here. So a month from whenever, or leading up to that month. It could be today, leading up to that month from now, you will start to feel more and more in step with yourself and your own intuition. You're starting to see the patterns and trusting your intuition. Favored ones that I'm speaking to, you're catching up and getting in step with your higher self or your favorite selves. Before you were listening to your intuition, well, your higher self was seeing 10 steps ahead of you, and you were having to take more of a faith and patience approach to manifesting. Now, for those who I'm speaking to, you are only like 3 steps behind from seeing the whole chessboard that your higher favorite self can see, and that you've been relying on and trusting your higher self to guide you. Now you are starting to heighten your gifts and senses. You're starting to see like your spirit, your higher self is like, can you see what I see? And you can. You are starting to see what it can see. You're starting to see what spirit, the creator, the universe has started to set out for you, and why it's shifting gears the way it did, and why it may have pulled some old rugs that weren't even worth rolling a body in out of the picture so that you could have a fresh red carpet to walk on. Because you deserve it. You are so deserving of walking that red carpet. A lot of you might be getting your red carpet moment. A lot of you could be doing like Comic Cons, doing Comic Con, I say Comic Cons, anime-thons. You could be going to the Grammys. Whatever this red carpet moment is for you, it could be graduating and you're walking that stage, and confirmation. that you're releasing that energy and moving on and graduating to the next step. Someone could have finished a course, or you're starting the process of a new course and you're walking the Hall of Fame for yourself by taking this first step. So you could be starting music lessons, you could be writing your first song, you could be publishing your first and releasing your first book coming up here soon. Starting your first channel, like on it, or upgrading, moving on to the next step. Like if you wrote all of the songs you need to, you're going for your first album release, your first gig. What was the other example? Like if you finished your first year of Reiki, then you're going to learn your second level of Reiki, or massage therapy practicer, reflexology, going from playing Magic of the Gathering to being a referee. I think it's called a referee. Who watches over the game. You're going to be hosting tournament events and getting money for that, or playing in events. You've gone from playing around tabletop to now you're going to tournaments. For some of you, this is working as a what are they called? Student teachers, and now you're moving on to becoming a full-time teacher and not just being a sub. Or you've gone on from being a teacher and now you're tenured, just walking that red carpet that you embodied. But you're starting to see what you're in. Like, do you see what I see? The song shining across the sky. But yeah, you see it, you see the stars for the whole sky. Like, you're not just seeing one star, you're seeing that you are a star of many in the night sky, and you shine just as bright. But like, yeah, you're seeing the whole chessboard for once in your life, and you're like, wow, that move makes sense, instead of watching the move and you're like, why we want me to make that move, spirit? That doesn't make no sense. That's gonna leave this opportunity open, and all of a sudden, boom, checkmate. You've got your opportunity, or you've got your goal checkmated. You're like, you are mine. I'm collecting you now. Or you've gone from being a pawn to being a queen. Or whatever piece you want to be. Maybe you want to feel knighted. Maybe you want to be a bishop. Maybe you want to be a rook. Yeah, some of you are going on from making, oh, my Irish accent started coming out there for a second. Some of you may have Irish descent or Scottish descent, Welsh, from Newfoundland even. What was I gonna say? The whole chessboard, and you're like, yeah, you're moving on from making rookie mistakes and rookie moves to making boss moves. That's what I'm getting. Or people are starting to look at you as less of a rookie and more of a king or a queen, whatever you truly are. You are embodying that, and people are starting to recognize. People are starting to recognize. They best recognize. These are the favorite ones coming through. But yeah, you're feeling more at ease with your intuitive nudges as they begin to show up in the physical realm quickly as your spiritual gifts strengthen. So, I also got like with falling in step, like I got marching bands. So some of you may be in marching bands. And for like falling in line with your shadow or falling in step with yourself, it's kind of like with Naruto when he's like learning how to control his chakra, and maybe you are learning how to control your chi at this time, your life force energy. You could be tuning into yoga, qigong. I actually had that written down here, qigong movements, um, synchronized swimming, skating, dance routines. Some of you may be twins or share a birthday with someone important to you, maybe a friend, a crew member, a loved one, just twinning right now. Or maybe you like twinning with your bestie, dressing up the same. I just see a lot of synchronicities and like two equal parts coming together, whether that's a counterpart or if that's just a business partner. I see that coming through for you. Or, because that's the second part of it. Either you're starting to twin yourself and you're really bringing in your integration of your shadow and your higher self and moving in synchronicity. Or there's the flip side where you have a counterpart, a best friend, someone that you've been manifesting coming in that you can really feel in sync with. But like, yeah, with him, I feel like a lot of you are pulling a lot of energy, and not like pulling energy, but pulling skills and information from parallel lives at this time. That's the other thing with like synchronized. You're synchronizing with other parallel lives that you've come across, where like there's lessons that you may have experienced in past lives that you're experiencing now, and you are breaking the cycles, and your soul is being replenished when this is happening. Much like when Naruto split off from himself to make a whole bunch of shadow clones. But yeah, your shadow parts of yourself are coming back to you with the lessons that you have learned. Like when Naruto was learning how to control his chakra and his Rasengan, and he couldn't figure out how to do it on his own. But you are figuring out how to do things, and you may have split off a certain soul shard of yourself to experience some things. And then at a certain part of your life where you are, it was retrieved. I feel like there's some soul retrieval and soul shard retrievals that you're working towards at this time. If you ask for help with your guides, I feel like it would be very beneficial for you. As if it doesn't resonate, you won't have to worry about it. That message isn't for you. For others, it's you are bringing that parallel lives back to us. Like the one episode with Rick and Morty where they're like couldn't agree and it kept splitting and splitting and splitting. Well, I feel like right now there's parts of you where lessons had been integrated in a past life, and since you figured out how to break that cycle this time, you're receiving all those gifts and abundance. Like if you were in a lack mindset for most of your past parallel lives, and then you've learned how to shatter that illusion, I feel like it's bringing that abundance that you had been on standby to the forefront. Like it had been on the back burner for your soul, and it's being brought forth. So congratulations on anything that you did. That's just an example. It doesn't have to be lack mindset. Maybe it was a fear of being famous and being seen. Maybe it was a fear of integrating, and now you're integrating. So now you're getting all of that adventure that your soul has been wanting for. I keep getting truth, Claire Gustus, whereas like where it's from the gut, and like you'll get gas, and like you'll taste like certain foods and stuff like that. I'm really getting the taste of cucumber with that. So some of you may make cucumber juice or like fruit or vegetable smoothies or shakes or juices. A lot of you could be making your own, with the formation and the gas releases. Some of you may make your own wines or your own libations, in order to make offerings for your deities or for yourself, because your temple is offerings that you want to give it. So that's not for anyone else to judge or to, to point out on. Really, it's no one else's to judge on, but that's what it's bringing to mind. Someone you know or close to you just makes their own wine, or what's another thing that's a fermentation? Sourdoughs. Yeah, some of you may have sourdough starters, or make your own yeast starters. That could be for someone who's really, some of you are really good bakers. So that's just an extra confirmation. I also wrote down here Qigong movements. A lot of you may be looking into movement therapy, physiotherapy, dancing, or healing circles, drumming circles is what I wrote down here. So yeah, Spirit wants to let you know that you are, sometimes you, okay, I have a story. I'm wondering how, because when I was younger, and I wrote it down here, and I'm wondering what ways, like, in order for me to make it digestible, because in my head I can just feel the whole experience and the memory, but for you, I have to explain it, which I don't mind at all. When I was in elementary, our school was being rebuilt. You may notice this if you have master builder numbers 33, or if you just, or I think 22 is also a master builder. So if you're seeing 222 a lot, it could be that you are rebuilding or master building on a foundation that you've already made for yourself. You may notice that wherever you go, that there's always construction or things being remodeled or being I'm getting messages from my partner right now. Sorry. A lot of you guys may be getting, yeah, it might be building together with your partner as well with the extra 2, because 22 is master builder number. Number 33 embodies all the other life path numbers, so that's why I stated it. But 22 is uh, 22 is for master. I'm sorry for the distraction there. Yeah, go. I love you. I'll respond later. May his spirit know that. Either way, getting distracted. Some of you may be getting distracted and coming back to yourself. Let yourself be distracted for a while to enjoy a relationship, and now you're going back towards your goals and your what you would like to accomplish, because you were building a relationship and a foundation, and now you're back to building on yourself and building the relationship stronger. 22, yeah, you may notice that there's a lot of stuff that gets rebuilt or built up. Some of you might just be builders in general, construction, concreting, painters, wood burning. Some of you might build stages or work with like pyrotechs. But when I was in elementary, the school was getting rebuilt, and all the kids' classrooms were getting rebuilt. So we had this divider put up inside of the gym so that we could that's where we had the classes. We all had the classes. We were all in there. All of the elementary school kids all had their own divider off centered in the gym. So, as you would imagine, for gym, we had to go outside. So, during gym class or outside, we were supposed to be jogging, and in order to simulate the fact that jogging is meant to be taking our time and be mindful, the teacher had informed us to jog as slow as possible. Well, I was more a swimmer, hence being a Pisces, and not much of liking to run with stipulations. Like, I like free running and being able to run all I want and just no rules. As soon as you put rules on it, I'm like, oh, I gotta run, no. So I was happy with this, and I jogged as slow as possible as for thing, and I thought I was being cheeky, and I thought I might get, reprimanded, but I was being as slow as possible. At the end of it, because everyone had ran and gone past me and thought that they needed to take shortcuts and were like cutting across the field and everything else like that, at the end of it, my teacher rewarded me and said, everyone needs to follow Kim this next time around and do not go in front of her and jog as slow as she is. So I feel with this story, Spirit wants to remind you that when you feel like people are hustling and bustling and taking shortcuts and they look like they have a lot of results because, they're stepping on people or they're buying bots to like their page and give them followers, and you're over here being genuine and authentic and really putting in that work and being mindful, Spirit sees that, and you won't be overlooked, and you will be rewarded. Now, you may not be rewarded in the same people that you saw taking shortcuts and, not being authentic to themselves. You may not see that. Oh, it's 1, 2, 2, 1, which means you are never alone. Yes, Spirit wants you to know you are never alone. Your angels are there. Sometimes, they're, it's a canon event, but in other times they will step in as much as possible without interfering with your free will and your soul contract. And they want to remind you that you will be an example for others to remember to rest, and that it is okay to set your own pace. And and remember that, things change and you can constantly be propelled ahead. Sometimes when you are shooting off an arrow, you would most likely have the drawbacks to, be propelled forward. You remember I don't know if you made them when you were younger, but I remember these little boats that were made out of wood with rubber bands around the thing, and you'd have to pull the rudder back, right? For a long time it would seem like that the rubber band was just going to keep going forever and ever and ever. But as soon as you let it go, it went right across the water. Amazing. It was so much fun. And Spirit wants to remind you that when you are propelled forward, and if you are in that stage of being shot, your comeback, your bounce back is, your fallbacks seem less than your, wordy words. Your fallback is going to be, what you're most known for, because the fact that you were able to bounce back so quickly and get ahead of what people think is the curve, even though you're really just in competition with yourself, and showing dedication to yourself and determination and commitments and consistency and showing up for yourself all the time is important. And not everyone's going to understand where you're throwing your coins in at the end of the day. You know, if there's like a whole bunch of things and they're like, you know, you got to put coin in spirituality. Oh, you got to put coin and take care of yourself. Oh, but you better hustle. And it's like, people don't really want to be coin watching. That may be something, is that people may be watching your coins at this time when really they should be minding their own pockets. Um, Spirit's willing to make it rain on anyone and everyone. Just step into it and make sure that you're not around people where Spirit won't bless you, because they know that those people will just take it from you anyways. And it's not here to give handouts to the ops. Don't feed the ops. Okay, so a lot of you may be working on getting a new car battery, or may want to look into a parasitic draw if you're noticing that the engine light is coming on a lot. If you were part of cold snaps, if your cars aren't used to it, especially if you don't live in a cold environment, even though there was still that cold snap down in the States and stuff like that, you may want to get it checked out. If a battery gets under a certain percentage and it goes through a cold snap, it just won't keep a charge anymore, just like a phone and stuff like that, where the battery's finally dead. So I'd rather you look into it and like prepare yourself and get a new one, and you know, just look into it. Just check with a mechanic if you feel that's necessary, someone that's a message for, and you will get it covered. So like get it, cover your own cover your own touche. The Heya rule. Cover your own ASS. This is the Heya rule. And then there's the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. So I have 53 poems now, so we will find out. We will find out right now. Dear Spirit, guides, guardians, ancestors, creators, and all guides of the favored ones for the highest good with protection, can you please give me a poem for Rhapsodomancy, please? Do, 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 do. Give me the feeling when it's time. Is it time? Let's see. Number 50. Yeah, so a lot of you could be getting close to the age of 50. Or you could have been born close to around when the 50s. 5 also as well, so big changes, which makes sense. You're literally, changing it up and walking in line with your intuition, and, really putting faith in yourself. So that's a big change. Okay, so 50 is accouchement. Now, this may not resonate for everyone on the meaning of the message behind this poem. For others of you, this could be a birth of a creation, an enterprise, the birth of finding yourself and bringing your soul back, a soul retrieval back to yourself. So I have here lowered elephant trunk, bundle nestled bunk, lifetime moments, future seas, extension of ancestral tree, counting fingers and toes, unconditional love overflows, navigating the in and outs of life, taking every step forward with strife. Height line edge doorways, guidance throughout every phase, bringing forth someone new, developing past first coup, resistance when in doubt, recommended choice of route, started with the birds and bees, welcome to the family. So I feel like this is not only just like, a lot of you could have someone who's pregnant or just had a baby come into the family. You could be like aunts or uncles, or this is just welcoming in spring. You're starting to see a lot of babies and frolicking around outside your place now. You're seeing little baby Borbs and little fawn and stuff like that. So for some of you, you're really welcoming in the new year, really. Either this is birthing, like I said, an actual bundle of joy, or you're that bundle of joy and you're birthing something that is amazing. Some of you, it could be that you are visiting family as well. Welcoming someone into the family through marriage as well. It doesn't have to be a welcoming of an actual baby. Now, for those who don't resonate with or want to have children, that's perfectly valid. I'm one of those individuals. I love children, though. It's to each their own. But it says here, guidance through every phase, bring forth something new. So yeah, you're bringing forth someone new. And that someone new might be yourself. It could be something new, developing past the first coup. So a lot of you could be getting your first spoken word out with poetry, going to your first poetry meet, or learning how to speak up more for yourself, especially reassurance when in doubt and recommended choice of route. So you were asking your higher self, yeah, like I was saying, you're asking your higher self when in doubt for the recommended choice of route. So when you're noticing that you're feeling stuck or lacking direction, in limbo, you're asking for reassurance when in doubt, and your guys want to give you that recommended choice of route. They can give you a recommended choice of route, but you still have free will to decide which way you're going to experience this lifetime. A lot of you could be adopting as well, or were adopted. So elephant trunk, some of you may work with Ganesh, Ganesh, a deity from Hindu. You may have something important that happens on Tuesdays. That may be an important lesson day, or just a day where you choose to relax. Or you're having obstacles removed for you at this time, as Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. Yeah, lowering his trunk to welcome you on his back to help you along this journey throughout every phase. Spirit is etching the lines of all of your growth, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Spirit is etching the lines of all your growth and is so proud of you and seeing the distance in between each of those lines. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. So you may be seeing sequences of numbers, or you might like playing board games like Skip Boo, or I think there's blackjack, or I think it's called 13. There's a few games that you like that you may enjoy liking to play. You may be playing with board games with kids, like being a big brother or big sister situation. You could be a role model. You may have people who want to spend time with you with their kids because they feel that your energy would be beneficial to their children and they just see a glowing light in you. That may be something that you notice at this time, is that you're being asked to guide other people's children, whether that's through Reiki, through spiritual tarot readings. Because yeah, remember when you're asking other people and asking for yourself, remember to ask for your children, ask for your pets. Tarot readings, because they're important and sometimes they just don't have the voice or the know-how to speak for themselves. So yeah, that's everything I have for you for today. I really enjoyed getting back into Rhapsodomancy, and I look forward to hearing about all the things that you are birthing into existence and enterprises. If you're willing to share below, I would love hearing about it, like what you got on the go, because it sounds interesting and fun. And honestly, you deserve kudos for all your hard work. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. And remember to eat, hydrate, and to, of course, have fun. Bye.